You are listening to RAWF After Hours on the RAWF Radio Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to RAWF After Hours on the RAWF Radio Network. I am your host, the owner of RAWF in the game we all know and love as Wrestler Unstoppable. I am Lord Amadeus. Woo, boy, what a week it's been. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my co-host. He is the one and only.
¡Hola, muchachos!
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome El Vacant. Hola, El Vacant.
Hola, muchachos. ¿Cómo está?
Doing good, doing good. It's been 2 weeks since we last talked, and boy, has it been one hell of a two weeks.
One hell of a 2 weeks. So what a masterpiece of words that was.
It was one hell of a 2 weeks, including this past week. So briefly, we're going to touch on this. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you all know about the WU Purge. I do have a quick update on that for you from Will COO of Unstoppable. It is currently underway. Everything's looking good. No hiccups thus far. And so it is working. So that's what I've got for you there. That's all. That's it there, and we'll talk more. We're not going to talk any more about it. But for those of you wondering, yes, the purge is working thus far. All right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, all right, we are only just a week away from the biggest show in RAWF history. It is Immortal 12, live from Las Vegas next Sunday night, and it is going to be a happening. But before we get to all of that, let's get you some GM reports here. And There it is. All right, some RAWF GM reports. We will start with the Ultimate Gauntlet. Paragon, are you there?
Yes, sir, I am. We've got a very brief update here on the Ultimate Gauntlet, but it's important. After our last title match, we did see a new champion be crowned in Sassy Applebee's. That means that we had a new sign-up wave. There are a lot of people that have signed up for the Ultimate Gauntlet, and usually when we have a high volume of sign-ups, that's when I try to get the matches out very quickly, one right after another as soon as they finish. I've got currently almost 40 people signed up for the Gauntlet, which is the most there have been in a while. Keep in mind, to anybody out there that is not currently signed up for the Ultimate Gauntlet, there is no limit to the amount of people that are signed up for it, and there is no deadline to when the signups happen. This is an always running event, 24/7, 365. You can always sign up for the event. If you lose and are eliminated from the Ultimate Gauntlet, you can go back into the scene and immediately sign up again, be added back to the bottom of the list. This has always been the rules for this event. There are a lot of people that have benefited from paying attention to that rule. They've gotten several shots at the Gauntlet in quick succession because they've known that they can just go back into the scene and sign up again. Make sure you go out there and do that. As for the actual Gauntlet proper, we have kicked this season off with Tiggs versus Hot Cheese, which is still currently undergoing the match process.
All right. Thank you, Paragon. Am I still echoing?
A little bit.
No. We'll just have to deal with it. I'm not sure how to fix it at this point. So, all right. Next up, I have the tags report from Unstoppabot. The new season of tag teams is in sign up. And let me go and take a look real quick at the top 5 report in the tag team division scene. All right. Top 5 tag teams after 4 of 6 rounds. In first place, the Cage Shakers. In second place, Kicks and Giggles. Third place, Hotness Overload. In fourth place, the Canadian Connection. And in fifth place, Thunderstruck. All right. 4 of 6 roasted. All right. So that is your tag team report from Unstoppabot. Hatfield and McCoy report. We have late last week the two winners of the Hatfield McCoy tournament, and it was an incredible finish to both tournaments. The Immortal Griffith and the Paragon of Greatness each won the Hatfield McCoy tournament qualifiers respectively. They faced off last week in Paris to see who will challenge for the Hatfield McCoy championship at Immortal, and the winner was the Immortal Griffith, and so he receives a Hatfield McCoy title shot at Immortal. But who will he face? Because currently the champion is Blake Bradley, but he accepted a challenge early this week from Chris Cage, the unsettled Chris Cage, fellow member of the Elevated Society, and that match will happen this Monday night here in Reno, Nevada. Now, just because of the purge, we are moving Superstars to Monday night, one time only thing. So a very special Monday night Superstars here in Reno. So looking forward to that. The Hatfield McCoy Championship, Blake Bradley versus Chris Cage. Also, the Superstars Championship will be on the line as Davila will defend against the First Lady of Anarchy, the Cougar, in our main event. A hell of a main event this coming Monday night in Reno, here in Reno. And it really is a good main event. I mean, Davila, Cougs, these two, a lot of history, especially, not normally with the Superstars title, usually with the Estrogen title, but these two knew each other well. Should be one hell of a main event in Reno. We'll talk more about Superstars in just a little bit. I'm going to bring on Extreme Enigma. They have an Arcana Clash report. Enigma, are you there?
Yes, I am, LA, and I do got the report.
Okay, go for it.
To be honest, I'm pulling it up in progress because I was not prepared.
It's all right.
Super professional GM, everybody. Okay, looks like it is going to be Psy versus Destroyer for the Arcana Clash title at Immortal.
Wow, that's a big one. That's gonna busy night for Psy at Immortal, by the way. Extremely busy night for Psy. Gonna be possibly a career night. So Psy defending against who'd you say?
Destroyer.
Destroyer. Yes, Psy versus Destroyer. That's
Moose
gonna be
Lady.
what, is that what we're calling her now?
That's what I'm calling her.
Yeah, I don't know you should do that or not, but
What? She made friends with the moose. How many people can say that? If I go, hey, the chick who made friends with a moose, you know who I mean.
All right. Thank you, Enigma. You had anything to add to that?
Yeah, just don't call her Moose Knuckle. I'll see you guys later on tonight.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
let's not. Yeah,
No,
let's not
mm-mm.
do that. No,
That's a way to get shot.
Mm-mm. All right, I do believe that's all we've got. Although I hear rumblings from Psycho Girl's office, and PG has got some things cooking. I have imagined keep an eye out. She may be starting a few things here or there. She found some of her old events, apparently, and she's working some kinks out of some. And
I don't need to think about Psycho Girl working out her kinks, okay?
Oh, I do.
Each their own.
All right. At any rate. So, also, ladies and gentlemen, we had the Arsehole and Biatch of the Month tournaments both finished. The winner of the Arsehole was Blake F. and Bradley. He will challenge the Immortal Griffith for the men's championship at Immortal 12. And the winner of the Biatch was Psy. Psy will challenge Miss Beautifatal for the Estrogen Championship. And that Estrogen Championship, something Psy's been wanting to win for a long time, Vacant. But we'll talk about that in just a few minutes. But as I said, Monday night here in Reno, let's take a look. You've got, is it playing? There we go.
I'm sorry. Yeah, go back. Yeah, just leave it there. That's good.
Do you like that? Do you?
Yeah.
That would be Kayla, the governess, here in Reno earlier today.
All right. I don't know who chooses the ladies' talent around here contractually, but they need a raise.
But as you see, Hatfield McCoy Championship, Blake Bradley versus Chris Cage. For the Hatfield McCoy Championship, winner will have to defend the title against the Immortal Griffith at Immortal 12. And as I said in our main event, it is indeed Davila defending against the First Lady of Anarchy, the Cougar, and in the main event for the Superstars Championship. These two, a lot of history, Vacant. Quick thoughts on this championship match.
Well, they clearly go to the same haberdashery. It's a guy from his house.
Yes, they do. They both like their Stetsons, I guess.
Well, hey, we're in Reno. You should be wearing it. You should have one. That's just how it is. Like, I think if you walk around the streets of Reno without one, they are actually legally obligated to shoot you.
Really?
I mean, I don't know.
I have no idea.
It sounds like something that would happen in Reno.
But for the rest of the matchups for this special Monday night in Reno, you know who we go to, Vacant.
Oh, you're one of my favorite guys, my buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Randolph Mortimer Draw, a.k.a. Randy M. Draw here. Randy, good evening. How you doing, boss man? I just got back from the casino. I didn't do so well, you know what I'm saying, playing blackjack. I thought you're supposed to hit on 18, right? Isn't that how that works?
No, that's definitely not how that works.
Hit on 18, stay on 19. That's what I was always told. You know how to do that there, Vacant? I didn't think you was a gambler.
I mean, I'm not, because I understand how the odds work, but I also understand how the odds work. Don't hit on 18. At most, you split if you have a pair of 9s, but then you split, and then you can. Never mind.
But you can do split deuces, right?
No.
Oh. Well, anyways, all right. No, I guess I might explain why I lost a bunch of. Any chance I could get a paycheck advancement there, boss? We'll talk after the show, Randolph. Why don't you tell us what's going on in the rest of the card for this Monday night? All right. Here we go. We got Knox Boogie taking on Mancunian Maniac. We got Big Papa taking on Evan Deadly. Tigers to take on Psycho Girl. Joey A taking on Eva. Aaron McFadden taking on returnee Christopher Price. Hotshot Chaz taking on Angel Bitch. DVT taking on Spectacular. Rick Nelson taking on Blake Bradley. Black Lilith taking on Natalia Nitro. Des Bryant taking on Ken Costa. Undertaker taking on Sophia McFadden. Extreme Enigma taking on Dr. Kent. Destroyer taking on Count Zrathnock? Is that
Close
what
enough.
it is?
It's actually pretty close. Zrathnock, yeah. It's pretty close.
Gesundheit. Anyway, so some guy named Count Zerathnock came.
I believe it's German for pompous ass. I'm not sure.
Oh, well, that explains everything. All right. Ciro El Napolitano takes on Billy Gunn. Big F and Hitman to take on Tad Beagle Wolf Dennis. Excuse me. The Minion taking on Cara Deville. Nightcrawler taking on Money Sue. The Crippler taking on Olivia McKinnis? I don't know. McInnes? Okay, we'll go with that. The Immortal Griffith taking on Crazy Serve. Scythe taking on Seabell. Wildfire taking on Redneck Avenger. Simply the Best taking on Luzon Warrior Queen Falcon. Stormtrooper of Death taking on Magnificent Michael. Sean Hitman Hurd taking on D's. Sisulu taking on Hot Cheese. Alexei Smirno. Some guy named where are all these people coming from out of the woodwork? Alexei Smirno. There. Taking on Soul Reaper. Diesel Warrior taking on Maeve O'Hare. Kitty Kabam taking on Dark Warrior. Miss Beautifatal taking on The Razor. Marquis de Sade taking on Strangleheart. Great God Jim Steele taking on Toxic Megatron Avenger. Oh, this one's going to be a good one. Chris Cage taking on Killer Neptune. The Goddess of Pain. Another one. Goddess of Pain taking on Johnny Mayhem. Roger the Pirate taking on Honey Thunder Apples. Still one of my favorite names. Honey Thunder Apples. Let me tell you. Kayla the Governess taking on Papa Shaker. Allie Knight taking on Uber Vegan TPO. Bruiser Omega taking on Hobo Ezekiel. Mark Caliber taking on Carnage King. It's another guy right there, Carnage King. Agent of Hate taking on Sassy Applebee's. The Moose taking on Crazy Mama. Boney takes on the Paragon of Great. Andy Price takes on Mystic Maniac. And who's Starlight? Starlight versus Alec Remington. Who are those people? I don't even know these people. Who Starlight, but who says Alec Remington? Does he like make shavers? What the hell? Who's that?
Alec Remington actually has quite a storied history here in RAWF. I suggest you go watch some tapes.
I do believe, if my memory doesn't fail me, and sometimes it does, I admit. But Alec Remington, the first person ever hold the World and Platinum Dragon Championships at the same time in RAWF history. So, yeah, got a lot of new names there for you to play with there, Randy. I don't play with. Hey! Don't be talking about me playing with people, okay? I got a reputation to uphold. You know what I'm saying?
Says the guy who was talking about hitting on 18.
Well, I don't hit on 18 years old. I kind of go like I'm a little older. You know what I'm saying?
Just a little. I know what you're saying. There
you go. Say. All right. That's the undercard for Monday Night Superstars here in Reno. And I'm going to go try to win some of my money back. So got any other tips for me, El Vacant?
Don't.
Don't what?
Try.
Okay.
It's a bad plan.
Well, maybe I should switch to slots?
Absolutely not.
All right. What the hell?
Studio Cat. Whoa! Studio Cat. Studio Cat.
Even the studio cat's made its way to Reno, and Randolph is out of here for the time being. So, excuse me. So, with that being said, L Vacant, why don't you enlighten everybody on, update everybody on the current rankings here?
Oh, I can do that. All right, everybody, here we are. We're 8 out of 14 matches, and actually, have I actually read in this period yet? Is this the first time?
It's the first time, yes.
Yeah. So right out of the gate, we're 8 out of 14, and we're going to just hit the ground running. So here we go. In 25th place, we have Nightcrawler. In 24th place, we have a relative newcomer, Johnny Mayhem. In 23rd place, we have apparently my broadcasting partner's favorite name, Honey Thunder Apples. In 22nd place, we have Cara DeVille. In 21st place, we have Deez. In 20th place, we have the Crazy Serb. In 19th place, we have Sassy Applebee's. In 18th place, we have the Diesel Warrior. In 17th place, we have Ken Costa. In 16th place, we have Billy Gunn. In 15th place, we have the Extreme Enigma. In 14th place, we have the extra points winner. That's right, Cybel. In 13th place, we have Maeve O'Hare. I see you out there. Hola, you come in here and talk to later. Got on the knees nice and ready for you. Right. Sorry. In 12th place, we have Dark Warrior. Really? All right, Dark Warrior. In 11th place, we have Strangleheart. That brings us to the current top 10. And here we go. Oh, here's it right out of the gate. One of the first ones, a newcomer that has hit the ground running, apparently. In 10th place, we have DVT. In 9th place, clickety clack, it's a hobo attack. That's right, Hobo Ezekiel is in 9th place. In 8th place, we have Simply the Best. In 7th place, we have Destroyer. In 6th place, we have the unsettled Christopher Cage. Oh, look at this. In 5th place, the man that he is currently arguing with left and right, and we expect a really big fight out of them, Hotshot Chaz. In 4th place, we have Killa Neptune. In 3rd place, we have Blake Bradley. In 2nd place, and I haven't said this in a dog's age, in 2nd place is the Paragon of Greatness. And that leaves us in 1st place as it stands, 8 out of 14 matches, everyone's favorite rafter dweller, Eva.
All right, and yes, interesting. A couple of the newcomers, DVT, along with his lady Honey Thunder Apples, making an early impact in their debuts here in RAWF, as well as that Cara DeVille also showing some impressive moves. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this one plays itself out. All right. So I will now officially post those in the top 25 scene, and it is indeed posted. So that's where we sit as far as the top 25 goes. Now, it is now time to take a look. We now take ourselves to Immortal, which happens to live, ladies and gentlemen, from Reliance Stadium in Las Vegas 1 week from tomorrow night. The first order of business is the Zanthur the Platinum Dragon Memorial Tournament, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be one of the biggest ones as far as people that we've had in a long time. Already right now, 107 people are signed up for the Zanthur tournament. And That's the most we've had in quite a few years, to be honest with you. I think we had a couple times it hit 100, but yeah, we right now as we're sitting, it is 107. 107 people right now signed up for the Zanthur Platinum Dragon Memorial Tournament. And right now, here are how the prizes are. The prizes are situated. The winner of the tournament will receive 101 million coins, 3,000 wrestler bucks, an entrance video from Extreme Enigma, and a custom title belt from Billy Gunn. The runner-up will get 50 million coins, 1,500 wrestler bucks. The two semifinalists will each get 20 million coins and 750 wrestler bucks. And the quarterfinalists will each receive, the four quarterfinalists will each receive 5 million coins and 250 wrestler bucks. That's a current tournament payout of 211 million coins, 7,000 wrestler bucks. But wait, that's not all. Earlier this week, Susie the Elf donated 500 wrestler bucks. And she's done this before with Hall of Famer Susie the Elf, donating wrestler bucks to go to a random person in the tournament. Just a random person, anyone of those 107 or more, one of them will win 500 wrestler bucks just for signing up for the tournament. So, and that will be decided next weekend at Immortal 12 as well. So, all of that more in the 12th annual Zanthur Memorial Tournament. Also, ladies and gentlemen, next week at Immortal 12, this year's class of the RAWF Hall of Fame will be announced live next Sunday night. And I can tell you the Hall of Fame committee met earlier today. Some names were officially put on the docket and will be announced next week. It's not official, final, but I do believe that we've got going to have one hell of a class this year, and I think a lot of people will be surprised and happy. But that is just the tip of the iceberg as we now take a look.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. Just the tip. Let me make sure I get there. We go. So, it is Immortal 12 live. And yeah, have to let me know. Do you see the first match yet?
See.
All right. Well,
assuming the first match is a steel cage match, yes.
Yes, it should be a steel cage match between Ken Costa and the Paragon of Greatness. Is that right?
Correct.
All right, yes. And so this one's going to get interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Ken Costa, a little twist earlier this week, has put his career on the line up in this against the steel cage match against the Paragon of Greatness. Why? Why would you do that?
I don't know, especially seeing the courts have now said that shit's not binding. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later in the program, too. For those of you who may not know, you will find out eventually. But, all right. Yeah, you're going to have to help me out with this. It's lagging a little bit for me. But, yes, Ken Costa, the Paragon of Greatness, in a steel cage match. Let me know when I can stop.
I done nothing yet. There you go.
All right. What do we got? What do you see? I'll let you read it.
Buried Alive. We got the Buried Alive now match between Soul Reaper and his apparently lifelong enemy, the Cerebral Maniac. I don't know. The dude's got like 800 names. What do we want to call him this time?
We just go with Bruiser Omega. Will work. So Bruiser Omega and Soul Reaper will face off in a Buried Alive match. I know Soul Reaper's been looking forward to this for a while. Who do you think walks away? Who do you think doesn't walk away?
I think this might be the first time I ever say this on a pay-per-view match in this company. But I think this is all Soul Reaper. I think he walks away with this.
I think so too. I honestly believe that this could be Soul Reaper's night as far as winning at Immortal 12. I think this might be a turn the corner match for him. We shall see. But should be a very good match. We should be hearing from Soul Reaper very soon. All right. Next up.
It's got the what the hell? Bunny pinata on a pole. What? What the hell have you been smoking?
It isn't me. Ask the returning Joe Boo. Joe Boo has returned, challenging Extreme Enigma to this Bunny Pinata on a pole match. Maybe we can get more details out of Enigma when we talk to him. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. Bunny Pinata on a pole match. Joe Boo returning to RAWF at Immortal 12. Taking on Extreme Enigma.
I mean, decisions were made.
I mean, it happens.
Oh,
Next
all right. A Fubar City Street fight between. See, now that's the bunny I want. Can I make that a bunny pinata? I got a stick I can hit that with.
Ali Knight taking on Miss Beautifado in a Fubar City Street fight. It should be a good one. I think we're all winners on this one, honestly, especially.
Yeah.
At any rate. So yeah.
I actually feel bad that Randy left and he didn't get to see this.
All right. I think instead of going out there and losing more money, he should be in here watching this. All right. Next up.
Oh, the I Quit match.
It is the I Quit match between Hotshot Chaz and the unsettled Chris Cage. And if you've noticed, Chaz has not been in a good way. He's been doing a lot of drinking lately. It's been kind of sad. He's not been himself for certain, and he's pretty depressed. But he got attacked by Chris Cage a couple weeks ago after their match on Superstars, and so this one's going to be a rematch. Chris Cage, Hotshot Chaz. I don't know if Chaz, in the current condition he's in, should be in a match like this against someone as dangerous as the unsettled Chris Cage. I think he may be in a bit of trouble. What do you think?
I mean, possibly, but it also could be exactly what he needs to get his shit straight. That kind, he knows better than just about anyone what he's about to walk into, and maybe it'll be the reality check he needs to clean up, fly right, and get in there and do business.
We'll see. Let's hope so. I mean, the fact is that anything goes in an I Quit match, so maybe that's to his advantage. But then again, who knows? Next up.
Champion Choice Championship.
Champion's Choice Championship. Aaron McFadden chose Hot Cheese to get an opportunity at the Champion's Choice Championship. And
everybody likes some cheese.
And while I don't exactly have the steps, I know on hold on. Let me see if I can get them out here real quick. All right. So, here are the stipulations. Hot Cheese can only use hip toss, side headlock, armbar, and appeal to the crowd. No defense. And Hot Cheese must dance every set. So it's got.
All right, I got no issue with that.
And I mean, I don't either. So is what it is.
Can I choose the music?
No. All right. Next up, I think we should be getting into some. All right, as Enigma announced earlier, Seabell defending the Iconoclast Championship against Destroyer. This one's going to be a good one. I think another one that I'm certain you're looking forward to.
Yeah. Another Iconoclast champion. Yeah, this is going to be nice.
Do you predict a winner?
Me. I'm gonna win. I don't know. This is a good question. Sai has been on a real roll lately, like for several months now. I have a hard time picking against Sai right now, but if anyone could do it, it's Destroyer.
Sai is going to have a lot of matches tonight. So I mean, there's three title matches, defending 2 championships and challenging for another. Let's take a look at the next one.
Is it also? Yeah, it is. Oh, look at that. The Estrogen Championship.
Estrogen Championship. Sai challenging Miss Beautifatal for the Estrogen Championship. And I got to say,
I don't know how I'm going to pay attention at all. That's
I think Sai, if she doesn't get, you're facing Destroyer, Miss Beautifatal, and defending the Triple Crown Championship against 2 pretty worthy opponents.
Now keep in mind, Miss Beautifatal also has a match earlier in the night.
This is true. So who do you like here?
I'm going with Sai. On this one, hands down, I go Sai.
I do too, because Sai's been wanting to get her hands on this Estrogen title for years. So that's I mean, Miss Beautifatal, she did a great job defeating DW. It was the win of her career, but I don't think she can pull it off a second time. Not against Sai, who right now has been on a tear. So yeah, I have to agree with you. I think Seabell becomes the new Estrogen Championship for the first time in her career. Next up.
Oh, men's championship.
This one's going to be interesting. The Immortal Griffith defending the men's championship against Blake F. Bradley, the arsehole of the month.
And these are 2 men who do not like each other.
They do not like each other at all. And yeah, I mean, and potentially this could be the second time they face off at Immortal. They may face off twice if Blake Bradley retains the Hatfield McCoy Championship against Chris Cage Monday night. He then has to turn around and defend it against Griffith at Immortal 12.
Yeah, that's about as likely as me waking up as a 4'8" midget wrestler tomorrow.
Beating the Immortal Griffith once in one night is something is one thing. Beating him twice in one night, I don't see it happening. I think somewhere down the line, the Immortal Griffith walks away with one of those 2 championships, if not both. Your thoughts?
I mean, I suspect he walks away with all 3 titles that he's in for, but that's me.
We shall see. Next up.
The multimedia champion. This is going to be a good fight. This is one of the ones I'm really looking forward to.
Extreme Enigma defends against the badass Billy Gunn. And yeah, I agree with you. This one's going to be a good one too. Enigma, of course, proud of being multimedia champion. Billy Gunn, this is like his second or third time attempt at trying to get the multimedia championship. I know it's something he desperately wants as well. What are your thoughts?
First thing, I have a question. Seeing all these new promo pics lately, has anyone actually, maybe done a steroids check on Enigma? Because I'm just saying, he's looking awfully swole lately. Like that's a drastic difference. It's the Star Fuel. You know what it is? It's the Star Fuel.
It's got to be the Star Fuel. You're absolutely right. It's got to be the Star Fuel. But so, who do you like here? The Star Fueled Enigma or the badass Billy Gunn?
All right. So here's the thing. I think it's gonna be a close fight. I think on paper Enigma walks away winning, and honestly, I think Enigma has been really good as the multimedia champion. I think they've really embraced what it means to be the RAWF multimedia champion. That being said, I think Billy is often overlooked, never given quite the respect he has earned, and I think if Enigma does that, they are going to lose.
All right, we shall see. Next up,
the Triple Crown champion.
A Triple Crown Championship. Sai putting the title on the line against the Redneck Avenger, Hall of Famer, and our favorite rafter dweller, Eva. Who do you like in this one, Al Vegan?
Oh. So here's the thing. If there weren't any other matches tonight, I'd probably say end still. But there are. And they're going to be very wearing matches. I think, especially with how they're doing this month, Eva's the one to watch out for in this match.
I don't disagree. That's kind of who I'm leaning towards as well. Although I would not. I mean, I wouldn't.
Any one of these three can have a good night and just walk through this fight.
Right.
Like that's the thing. Like if you told me, like, you know, on Monday morning, if you call me up to like, hey, guess what? The new Triple Count champion is X, and you insert any three names, I go, that makes sense. Like I don't like. There's no one here that I think is a gross underdog. I just think with the way things have been going this month so far, I think I have to go with Eva.
I can't argue. That seems like a pretty sound bet to me. All right, next up.
Probably City champion.
Probably. I have to say it's a highly anticipated match. So you got the Immortal one, Griffith title, Immortal, his pay-per-view, as he likes to say, defending against not only the person that probably knows him best as his tag team partner, but also someone who knows who knows how to win the Fubar City Championship. Where does this one go, El Vacant? Who walks away
to the top of the 5-star match list? That's where this one goes.
Mm-hmm.
This could be the match to watch. No offense to anyone else, but this could be a hell of a fight. Where do I think it goes? I said earlier, I think Griff's probably going to walk away with 3 titles. But I want to make it clear, I don't think that means he just walks. I think this is the fight that is going to be his challenge for the night. I think, he's made a point of saying, he's taught her everything she knows, but not everything he knows. And, we've heard that. But here's the thing. I know for a fact, because I do my homework, that yes, he was her primary instructor, mentor when she came to the RAWF. But I also know he wasn't her only mentor, and I know she comes from a wrestling family, and she has got tricks in her bag that he did not teach her. And I think if she relies on that and improvises some new things, I think she could catch him off guard, and that is what she would need to do, especially in a Fubar City match. She needs to get him on his heels and keep him there, because if he gets rolling, his speed and power is going to carry the day. But if she can get him off kilter, we've watched her in these kind of matches before. When she's also one of those ones that when she gets rolling, heaven help whoever's on the other end of that.
All right, I agree with you. This could very well be the match at Immortal 12. Next up, for the Midnight Hobo Championship,
Nightcrawler and Destroyer. That ought to be a hell of a match too, and I get to see Destroyer again.
Indeed, that never a bad thing. NC.
I'm just waiting for a repeat performance from the other week. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I agree. That one's going to be. We shall see.
We need to start videotaping these shows so that, like, I could just go back and hit rewind.
We put these shows on YouTube. Remember?
Oh, does YouTube show that? I mean, did we have to blur it?
No.
Huh? Excuse me. Where's my phone?
Not now. Hey.
Oh, sorry.
Also, not on this video. Apparently, I left it out by mistake. The Powerball Championship will be online.
Good job.
Nightcrawler defends against Uber Vegan TPO. Your thoughts?
I like that fight. I like that. That's a good fight. Interesting matchup of styles. Who currently has the title?
Nightcrawler.
Oh, I think I'm gonna lean ever so slightly to and still.
I would have to agree. I would have to agree. All right. Next up for the national championship.
Oh, look at that. Simply the Best versus Knox Boogie. And it's been a while since we've seen Knox Boogie as active and, dominant as he's been lately.
Indeed, we've seen a bit of a resurgence from Knox Boogie as of late. STB, just a bit of the downslide, as you saw in the rankings. You don't usually see him as low as 8. But
Oh,
still,
no. He's only in 8th. Oh, no.
right? But still,
Wait, how many active wrestlers do we currently have in the roster? How many?
well, yeah, exactly. And it's been growing by the day. National championship, simply the best. Knox Boogie, who do you like?
Oof. So, okay, let's be clear. Both of these men have been RAWF champion once. Both of these men have their own advantages and weaknesses, obviously, as any wrestler. But no one has an obvious strength advantage. No one has an obvious size advantage. No one has you definitely have different styles, absolutely different styles. I think because of the way Simply the Best has been performing in pay-per-views lately, I think something is in his head about that particular bright light, and I think it's going to hit him again, and I think Knox is going to win. When was the last time he won at a pay-per-view?
This is true. We shall see. Does that resurgence continue at the grandest pay-per-view of all time? Immortal 12, we find out in just a week's time. Platinum Dragon Championship on the line. This one's going to be a good one, and this is where Killa's Neptune is the featured in the top 2 biggest matches on the night. This one defending the Platinum Dragon Championship against DW Diesel Warrior, Hall of Famer in her own right, and very determined lady. But does she have what it takes to unseat Killa Neptune and become the new heart and soul of RAWF?
Okay. So on paper, Killa is faster, better mat worker, certainly a high flyer. He's the fan favorite. On paper, he wins this fight hands down. But there is a certain thing that I have noted over the last year, which is every time we just completely count DW out is when she fights harder and wins. Every time. So I said a while ago that every time I pick DW to lose, I'm wrong. So I wouldn't do that anymore. So I have no choice, by my own words, that I have to pick DW to win.
I could see it. I can see it because her biggest wins in her RAWF career have always come out of nowhere, and usually not when you would think they would happen. But in this case,
and when I've said she'll lose.
Yeah, exactly. So, giving the matter that Killa is going to be concentrating on probably the biggest match of his career right after this, have that on his mind, I might give DW the slight edge here as well.
Yeah, and it's weird. When was the last time I picked against Killa? It's been ages.
Yep. So then we're on to the main event of the evening. Brother versus brother for the World Heavyweight Championship in the main event of Immortal 12. This is going to be incredible. I'm feeling this one could be one of the greatest matches in RAWF history. Nobody knows each other better than these two. They're brothers. They're longtime rivals and allies. They fought at Immortal before. They fought many times, but never with the stakes this high on this grandest stage. Your thoughts, all vacant, on this incredible main event?
So here's the thing, and this match is one of the reasons I called the last match the way I did. He either has to conserve everything he can in the match directly before this to go fight his brother, and if he does that, he's not going to be able to take out DW. And if he doesn't do that, he may retain his platinum, but then he won't have enough to beat his brother. So I feel like he's in a no-win situation, and somewhere he falls down. And what I'm really concerned about is that he won't give his complete all because he knows he needs to keep something in his tank, but he'll give too much and he'll end up losing both matches. And right now, history says I have a hard time believing that this is the time where he's going to finally beat Big Brother. I have a hard time.
I don't think I've ever been so torn. I don't know. I would love to see Killer Neptune finally win the World Heavyweight Championship. I really would. But his brother is the Dream Killer.
Oh, I see what you did there.
And it is... Which one ends up the Dream and which one ends up the Killer, we find out at the end of the program next week at Immortal 12. It's going to be an incredible night, ladies and gentlemen. Looking so much forward to it. I haven't looked so forward. I mean, every Immortal I look forward to, but I think this year I'm more excited for one than I have been in years. So this one is going to be a great night. Let's take another overall look, courtesy of a video package created thanks to the Paragon of Greatness himself. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. Keep your eyes open.
Kings will rise and fools will fall.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Place your bets. Place your bets. Next week at Immortal 12 live from Reliance Stadium here or here in Nevada, but down in Las Vegas, the most wonderful city in the world. Yeah, what did you think, El Vacant?
Oh, I love it. It's great.
It was incredible. It's a good job. Great job, Paragon, and he'll be posting that in Unstoppable, I believe.
I am a little surprised they allowed Killa in the aquarium, though.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem wise.
No, I agree. But yeah, it's going to be happening next week, ladies and gentlemen. It is Immortal 12. Yeah, we're just going to sit right there. All right. So, by the way, thank you, Wildfire and Chosen, for the compliments. We're loving the new studio. We're getting quite used to it at this point. And Chosen,
oh my God.
Chosen, you need to get your ass into RAWF if for nothing else than to join the Zanthur tournament. So
Chosen. Who's Chosen?
If he agrees with that, then I'll have one of my GMs send him a handy dandy invite, to say the least. All right. So with that being said, let's start the evening out with the man who will be main eventing Immortal 12. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your RAWF World Heavyweight Champion.
Once upon a time, an abomination. He walked on water and he conquered nations. Could have ruled forever, but he lost his patience. Look at me now, paragon of greatness. First of the fallen and last of the old gods. No use fighting because you can't beat those cold odds. Beginning of time and the end of days. Civilizations crumble under his gaze. Alpha and Omega, the wrath of the God King. Paragon of greatness, about to pin you in that ring. Once upon a time, an abomination. He walked on water and he conquered nations. Could have ruled forever, but he lost his patience. Look at me now, paragon of greatness. Eons ago, before time existed, they lived in the heavens and the rain persisted.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is the P to the O to the G, Big Purple, the Paragon of Greatness, joining us now. Good evening, Paragon.
Great evening, Amadeus. We're a week out from Immortal, and my God, it's finally feeling right. Like, can you feel the excitement? All of our fans, all of our roster, the electricity, just left, right, center, up, down, every direction. Everybody is thrilled for Immortal season. I can't believe that we're only a week away. It feels like we've just started the season, and the excitement's already gotten this high.
I agree. I totally agree with you. I got goosebumps just hearing you say that. And yeah, it is going to be an incredible happening, certainly. So,
I gotta ask, is that a hobo in your singlet, or are you just happy that it's Immortal season? My God.
No hobos tonight. So.
That's too bad. Well, I mean, that's not too bad, but you know what I mean. Hobo, I'd love to hear from Hobo before Immortal, but so
that reminds me, have you seen Hobo's new shirt?
I have not.
Oh.
Do I?
Hey, Paragon, have you seen Hobo's new shirt?
No. Good.
Oh, don't remind me.
It's selling pretty well, too.
All right, so Paragon, we're going to start with the main event. We're going to go with this one, go with that first. You and Killa earlier today both had, statements, if you will, scenes, and it was quite the interactive thing. Let's talk about, let's see, where were they? Okay, so you seem a decent fellow. I hate to kill you, and that was it. Was yours. Basically, what you were.
Look, there better be only one title available to the reply.
Yes, I do love you, Killer Neptune, and that is why at Immortal 12 I will kill your dreams one more time, because killing your dreams is the only way to keep them alive. That's interesting. that you say that. But I mean, it is obviously. But uh, talk to me about the logic of having to face your brother at Immortal 12 in this situation once again.
The thing that Killer Neptune has always been seeking, the thing that actually underneath the surface has mattered to him, is simply validation. For his entire career, he's been looked at as the runt of the opaque clan, the joke, the comedy guy. People never really take him seriously. He builds up a lot of momentum, has his fun little bits like his talk shows or what have you, but then runs out of steam and kind of gives up before he gets to the finish line. And he's been plagued with that, as well as some other things that I'm not going to go into direct detail about, that have kind of attacked him a lot behind the scenes in ways that have shaken his confidence in an incredibly profound way. And it's something I can never truly understand. As the de facto leader of the Opaque Brotherhood, as the person that has all of the world championships, all these accolades, all the respect that Killer Neptune wishes and that he would get and he deserves to get, I can't possibly understand the emotional weight that would be put on somebody's shoulders to give everything they have, be legitimately one of the greatest wrestlers to ever lace up a pair of boots, have a resume that could compare to anybody out there, and yet never be taken seriously, never be given credit for the things that he's done, and have his identity and personhood outright denied by a significant factor of people out there, to be reduced to a punchline or a tool used for the benefit of somebody else, and not being treated like a valid human being with real feelings that has worked his ass off for over a decade in this company. There are no words that I could possibly add to this that would make it more understandable to me. I'm not Killer Neptune. I don't have his experiences. What I can say is that for those same reasons, I cannot be the person that he finally wins that RAWF World Heavyweight Championship against. I know that in his mind, he believes that that is the fairy tale ending. The shadow that he's been living in, he steps out of it. He defeats his brother in the main event of the biggest show of the year to become the World Heavyweight Champion, finally have that validation. It makes so much sense on paper. It really does. Excuse me, I'm getting a little bit emotional here. Because the story of Killer Neptune is a tragedy. Make no mistake about it. He may be a funny guy. He may do silly bits. But this is not a comedy. The fact of the matter is, if Killer Neptune were to defeat me, he wouldn't get everything that he's ever dreamed of. He wouldn't have the moment that he thinks that he would have. He would have a lifetime of questions being asked, of ridicule, of people accusing him of only having his moment because it was against me, because they would invalidate him, they would invalidate the victory, they would take everything away from him, and he doesn't realize that. He can't beat me for the World Heavyweight Championship because beating me would mean that he faces the exact same thing that he's faced his entire life, his entire career in Wrestler Unstoppable, and now there's no way out of that hole because he's won that world championship. That's the way out of this. That is the end of his story. But if the end of his story leads him in a circle back to the beginning, there's no getting out. So I have to kill his dream, because that is the only way that he can get the actual fairy tale ending that he deserves.
And to quote him in his you think I have to end this story with anyone but you. This story can only end with you, Paragon. And Immortal 12, the Dream Killer, will follow, and we'll see the rise of the Dream Killer. And I don't know. I don't even know where to go with this, to be honest with you. As I said, I can't call this match. I know that it will be whichever one of you win, it's going to be a career win. It's going to be one of the top career wins of either of your careers. But any final thoughts on Killer Neptune before we move on to your other match here at Immortal?
Let me put it this way. If I'm trying to look at this match in an objective way, remove the fact that it's my brother, remove how much I love my brother, how much I genuinely care about his story, and simply put this in the context of defending my World Heavyweight Championship. I've had a lot of opponents at Immortal. I've main evented. This will be my 7th one. I've run the entire gamut, and there's one match that is the obvious and most easy comparison to this match with Killer Neptune. The main event of Immortal 6, Paragon of Greatness 1-on-1 with Uncle Frank, a tale of two heroes. In that match, I lost my World Heavyweight Championship and did not regain it for 6 years. I can't let that happen again.
All right. Well, that is indeed the main event at Immortal 12. However, it will not be your only action, as you will take on Ken Costa in the steel cage. And Ken, earlier this week, putting a little more pressure on himself, I think, putting his career on the line if he cannot beat you at Immortal 12. Paragon, what were your thoughts when you heard this?
All right, let me try to shake off the mood from the Killer Neptune talk. Unfortunately, we're still not on a very bright note, are we? Ken Costa, look, I've gone out of my way to lend a helping hand to the guy, try to give him advice at every stop. He doesn't necessarily seem to want to hear that, but this is maybe the last piece of advice I can give Ken before Immortal. And that's that this is completely foolish. There is no reason for him to put his career on the line. I don't want to end Ken Costa's career. I'm sure as hell not going to disrespect Immortal by laying down for somebody because they put a stipulation out of left field out there. It puts me in a tough place. We've already discussed what I'm doing at the main event. I have to crush the dreams of my brother. And now I'm going to have to end the career of somebody that I consider a friend. Look, I think that Ken Costa has all the potential in the world. I think that he's shown incredible adaptability. He learns on the fly. He shows actual market improvement in the ring, something that a lot of people do not do over time. And his passion is on another level. He is somebody that cares so much about what he does that it genuinely inspires.
Ken Costa in the shadows, racing the pain.
And ladies and gentlemen, Ken Costa has made an appearance here on After Hours. Ken,
Ayun, ayun, oh.
Well, as I was saying, the man's passion genuinely moves you, and you can tell that he really cares. Obviously, cares enough to come into interview time that's not his own. Ken, maybe you want to explain what your thought process is behind all of this.
Hmm. Should I speak Arabic or English for telling you what you can hear from me? Okay, okay, okay. Uh, we can say that actually I'm not here to speak or to make an argument as we always do for nearly 2 damn months. So I'm just here to hear you. I am here to hear boss if he wants to say that I am the underdog, the one who can't handle it, the one who makes a stupid mistake putting his career on the line. I am waiting to hear from Il Vacant if he wants to make a joke or two on me because he makes it real good. So okay, I am waiting to hear, and for sure I am waiting to hear you P if you want to say anything, but in my face, n- not just saying Ken Costa. Say you, so I can hear what I can hear, and I eye to eye when I hear it.
All right, fine. I will say this to your face if that's what you need. That's kind of the point, Ken. You are a very passionate guy, like I was saying. You're somebody that believes in the things that you do, and your conviction is one of the reasons I've taken notice of you. I think that you're somebody who genuinely has passion for this business, and it's something that is very rare these days. But you let things get into your head and you go too far sometimes. Ken, you are fantastic. You are one of the best prospects the RAWF has seen in a long time, but you can't get out of your own way. You let what other people say dictate how you behave. You take things very personally and to heart. When here's the fact. I'm just going to say it to you. I'm going to say it plain. I'm not going to give you any sugarcoating. I'm not going to do the paragon of greatness, nice guy shtick. This is the fact, Ken. You have the ability within you to be great. But until you learn to zone out the rest of the noise, don't care what I have to say, don't care what Vacant has to say, don't care what Amadeus has to say, care about Ken Costa, care about you and you alone and how you can improve yourself. You will stay in that spot that you are afraid of being in. So this is my challenge to you. If you're going to put your career on the line, I can't stop you. I obviously don't want this because I think that you're something special for the future. But if that future is going to close at Immortal, then I need you to bring Ken Costa, not somebody's opinion of Ken Costa, not what somebody predicts about Ken Costa. I want you to bring the best version of yourself to Immortal.
You're done.
That's what I got.
Vacant boss, do you want to say anything before I speak to Mr. Bygone here, man to man?
I pretty much think he summed it up for me. Yeah. What about you, Al Vacant?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I am wondering why you always think like every time I turn around, you're always like, "Oh, Vacant's making fun of me," or maybe like Like I pick you to win more often than I pick you to lose. I have done nothing but be a bolster to your uprising career since you got here, and I always feel like either you don't understand that or you just want to be mad at people, bro. Like I'm a Costa fan. Like I don't what's going on.
I know, and I don't forget any of this. Me too made jokes on you, and can say that you are like a friend to me, and it comes life here. So no hard feeling, but you can say that I'm just mad now, sad, angry, frustrated, because once again I felt something that I should make it done a year ago. Paragon of greatness. Do you want to know why I put my career on the line against you this time?
Honestly, Ken, I would love to know what's going through your mind.
Okay, it's not because Ken must be taught to listen, Ken must learn, Ken is the underdog, Ken puts pressure on himself. No, it's it's none of these things. You know, I would love being called a quitter. I would love being called a coward. It will be great for me, millions of times than being called a jobber, low card, mid card, any of this. Either to you, to any one of the top tier, to my friends, to my family. I will hate being that. Maybe good men in my age, in my level, will accept being jobbers, mid cards, or any just any of just any of these ranks. But to me, no, because Ken Costa is destined to be on the top of the RAWF. You can call me crazy, you can call me have big balls but no brains, but I believe in myself to be that man. So, so if I can beat the man of the RAWF, the current and of course the best world heavyweight champion, the big purple legend, if I can be, if I can defeat the one with all these names, so what the hell am I doing here? Just being a mid card, a guy who makes noise, that just scream in your faces live, so I can get that damn attention? No, 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 because Ken is much bigger than that. He's much greater than that. He is precious more than being that. Ken Costa must be one of the top of the RAWF. Now, later, maybe after 10 years, I don't care. But he must be. So, as I said, defeating the man of the RAWF or Ken should not be here any damn more. He can be here as a future legend, or he won't be here at all. No middle ground for me. So, Baragon, I will ask you to, you know, teach me the lesson. Give me the big heart. Go all in against me. Be the legend. Be the man. Act like you're defending your title against Ken. Like it's not just a steel cage match, but it's a match that you will die for it. I want that Paragon of Great because in return, I will give you Ken Costa, the one you want. And it's not going to be Kenny Boy Ken Costa because the Ken Costa you want is not a boy anymore. I will give you Ken Costa, The titanium glistens. I will give you King Costa, the Witcher. I will give you King Costa, the hot momentum talent of. Who the fuck is laughing?
I didn't hear anyone
I didn't hear
laughing.
any laughter.
Anyway, I will give you King Costa, the Witcher. I will give you King Costa, the hot momentum talent. I will give you Ken, the one that comes out here and he is different than anyone in his age. Different, special, phenomenal. I will give you Ken you want. And that Ken is eager to save his best time when he just defeats you. But anyway, until the match goes on, I can say that I'm done here. I won't be live again if I couldn't beat you. And boss, I'm sorry. I'm out.
You know what? I'll put a final statement on that, Ken. I'm glad that you are finally getting it. You're finally realizing who you need to bring to Immortal. But understand that this is Immortal. This is Paragon of motherfucking greatness that you're going up against. Not Paragon of mediocrity. This is Paragon of greatness at the night that he shines the most. So you better be Ken Damn Costa, because that's good enough for everybody.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the stage is set. Ken Costa, the Paragon of Greatness Steel Cage match. Ken Costa's career on the line. Paragon, well, I think you know what's going to go down. Paragon, thank you much for your time. We got to move on, but good luck to you in both your matches next week at Immortal.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Wow, I'm in a mood now after I was finally having a great time in Immortal season. I'm going to go hit
You
the
need a
taco
hobo?
truck.
We could put a hobo in there. Would it help?
Nope, but a chalupa of greatness might do. I'm going to hit the taco truck.
All right, I'll let them know you're coming.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, next up, he is one of the two challengers for Sibeli's Triple Crown Championship at Immortal 12. He is RAWF Hall of Famer. He is a renegade. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
Boots hit the dirt, stealing my stare. Six-pack of engines, I don't fight fair. Rattlesnake blood running through my veins. Mess with the best, you'll be feeling the pain. I'm a renegade, born a ball, raised on rage. Knuckles up, I set the stage. Drinking beer and kicking pain. Ain't no cage to hold my name. A redneck avenger, don't need no crown. But you best believe I run this town. From back road bars to the squared circle, there ain't no rules when I raise this hurdle. I don't tap out, I don't back down. You cross my line, you're going down.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Redneck Avenger. Good evening, R.A.
Good evening, LA. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm excited, man. It's an exciting time right now. And you got yourself an opportunity at that Triple Crown Championship next week at Immortal. Talk to me about it.
Well, let's see. First thing is, remember what I said. Remember what I said. What is the most dangerous thing somebody can do in RAWF?
Steal your beer?
Okay, what is the second most dangerous thing you can do in RAWF?
Slap your butt and call you Sally?
It's to make me pay attention to you.
Well, okay, that's kind of the same thing, because I'm pretty sure if they slapped your butt and called you Sally, you would pay attention.
Yes, most definitely. If they, because why Sally? he gonna
I
slap him.
don't
But
know.
why?
You'd have to ask them.
Yeah, I know exactly, man. And if they're deluded enough to make me pay attention to them, they probably would be dumb enough to call me Sally. But yeah, I made my way into this Triple Crown match. It was a good, able opponent. Papa Shaker is nobody to sleep on. It's another one of those things. I think I've decided I'm going to take that Triple Crown championship.
You got to get past two pretty tough ladies at Immortal 12 to do so. It's Seabell and Eva. So my question is, which one do you think is more dangerous, the champion or the other challenger who is, well, pretty spooky?
Doesn't matter. There are two obstacles, and that's it. Doesn't matter which one of them thinks they're more dangerous or is more dangerous on a given day. They both are obstacles, and that's enough.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Been a while since we've seen you with RAWF gold around your waist. It'll be interesting to see if that indeed occurs at Immortal 12. Any final thoughts for the ladies? They're both out in the chat at the moment. Anything you'd like to say to them?
Let's see. Yeah, Si, you did beat me this last weekend. Do you really, really, really think I was pulling out the stops to fight you in some nothing match? Do you really think that? I hope you did. Eva is, well, hell, she's Eva. I mean, it's some days she's better than others, but I'm not focused on which one is more dangerous. I'm not working so much of a strategery on there. It's simple. I intend to beat them both. And I'm more concentrated on what I'm going to do as to what they think they're going to do. Does that make some sense?
Yeah, that makes some sense. All right. Well, RA, real quick, we got the Hall of Fame announcements coming up next week as well. And I know you mentioned quite a few names in the Hall of Fame suggestion scene. Most of them, and they're all very valid. What are your who do you think? Let's say for sure we got a renegade going in. I'm not going to say whether we do or not, but which one of them do you think is most deserving of the Hall of Fame that you mentioned?
It's hard to say. I mean, of course, A.F. James has been here from the beginning. He's still going strong. He's still, whenever he decides he wants to, goes and gets RAWF gold. He's been a presence of continued relevance throughout the entirety of RAWF. Now, if you want to go to a couple of others that really kind of makes me wonder how they're not there. Starry, she was the first world champion, and back whenever her and Pebs were running, well, they were pretty much running the tag team division. And on top of that, I don't, especially being the first RAWF champion, I don't know how she hadn't been in there. And Prince, the influence, you don't want to just, as I agree with Blake on this. It doesn't simply mean that it's it's a stats driven presence to be in the RAWF Hall of Fame. The influence that man has had on RAWF as well as the rest of the game, and from a GMing perspective, I know he's never a GM at RAWF, but we talked before. The ranking system was whenever he did that in Renegade in the old company and NWN, when he made that ranking system, it has reverberated throughout the game, and it was the first good system that didn't tie people to the stat-based rankings that were provided by the mechanics of the game. It was good, it was fair, and it's influenced people across the board. Uh, he he's always been a presence, and if there's anybody that was ever the heart and soul of Renegade, I would have to say that it was Prince whenever he was here. Um, that's those are some of the ones. Now Blake Bradley, I put him in. I recommended him as well. Um, I think that guy has really pushed himself forward and has made a large impact. He's a master storyteller, and the thing is that he's got a lot of great accomplishments, but his accomplishments are not his story. I mean, they are a part of his story and play into it. Um, he's somebody that's been a great influence and worthy of it. You know, he in his okay, as odd as this is to say this, in his modesty, he's saying that nobody on the current roster really should be going in. I don't know if I totally agree with that. There are people. It's kind of like this. Remember, George Patton was putting on a speech, and he said there are a lot of people, and even a lot of soldiers at the time said, all the heroes, they're the ones that are in the ground. And that was a big sentiment amongst many of them, World War II veterans. But he said, no, there are plenty of heroes that are still here and alive. I mean, it wasn't a concentration on recentism. It was a concentration on impact. And I think whenever you, as odd as it is to pull all that together, for Blake Bradley's case, I think he's done that. I mean, he's not new. And I honestly think that his match with STB, that Bourbon Street Brawl, is one of the greatest RAWF matches of all time, because it really showcased what the whole company is about. There was the trash talk. I mean, that alone shouldn't get anybody in, but it's only a part of his resume. The trash talk that was in there, as well as the level of competition and expertise within the game, it pulled all together. It pulled together everything, and I think that's another consideration. But as far as for the Renegades that are going in, I think AF James really has a real voice in this. But this is one of those. It's a receipt that has not come yet with Starry and with Prince. So that's my take on that. Over.
All right. Well, definitely some great insight there, and I appreciate it. And I hate to rush you off, but still got a lot of people to talk to tonight.
Absolutely.
So thanks for showing up tonight, RA. And if we don't talk to you again next week on this program, good luck to you in that Triple Crown Championship match at Immortal 12.
All right. I appreciate that, LA.
Redneck Avenger, ready for Cy and Eva at Immortal 12, vacant. He's got his work cut out for him, though. You have to admit.
I don't deny that.
Yes.
but you know me, I ain't never been afraid of work.
I know you haven't, R.A. No doubt about it. And you have a good one, sir. Drive a cold one for me. All right, next up, ladies and gentlemen, he is in a Buried Alive match against Bruiser Omega at Immortal 12. Let's bring on the one and only.
Dark winds blow through the night, ravens scream an eerie sight. Shadows dance in the moon's pale light. Soul Reaper walks no respite. Cloak of dread he wears so tight. Eyes like fire in the darkest night. Whispers echo, hearts in fright. Soul Reaper's call, no end in sight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Celtic Nightmare, the Soul Reaper, joining us from somewhere near Reno. You still driving there,
No, I stopped to stretch my
Reaper?
legs and for gas. Can you believe the gas prices now?
Yeah, they're getting. I wouldn't know. I don't pump my own gas. Are they? Are they? But at any rate, Reaper, you are just 8 nights away from your big match with Bruiser Omega, this buried alive match, and it's heating up day by day as it gets closer and closer. What do you do to prepare for such a match of this case? I mean, do you go out and practice shoveling dirt? What do you do for a buried alive match? Any special training?
Nah, buried alive match is more mental than anything else. Knowing what the hell you're gonna go through, and it appears now I have gotten inside Bruiser Omega's mind. Because I noticed he's been avoiding me. He's been ducking me on Superstars. He's been ducking me. But Monday, him and I are going to have one more face-to-face before I bury his cowardly, yellow-bellied ass alive. He ran and he tucked his tail and ran once. That's not happening this time.
All right. Well, I mean, it would be a huge win for you at Immortal 12 if you were to indeed bury Bruiser Omega
Yeah,
alive.
because if I do that, I mix 3 in a row on pay-per-view.
That'd be pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, no doubt. So talk to me. You think this, but this is the biggest pay-per-view of the year. You're going to be, the spotlight's going to be huge. You're going to be surrounded by thousands and thousands of fans in Reliance Stadium, and you're going to have to. I mean, we're literally going to have to find a spot for you guys to dig in that stadium. It's not going to be easy.
Oh,
all right,
the grade will have
they
to
don't
be
really
pre-dug.
like. Yeah, we're going to have to find a good spot for that, but. But try not to. Don't do anything stupid and try to dig a new hole. If we pre-dig it, don't try digging somewhere else. Okay.
Although, this has been kind of being done out of revenge because I wasn't very happy about him tucking his tail and running at Black Friday, which didn't affect me too badly because I was able to find a replacement opponent on short notice. But something my brother Dagda told me one time: when you go looking for revenge, though, one thing he told me, you best dig 2 graves. One for the person you seek revenge from, and then one for yourself.
Vacant, anything you'd like to ask Soul Reaper?
Yes, I have a question for you. I've kind of asked it before, but I'm going to ask it again because it's never seemed to sunk in. So, can we possibly go a pay-per-view without you having a random call-out match because somebody pissed you off? Just one. I'm just asking for one. Yeah, I can see it. It's a no. Look at his face. You know it's a no.
On who it is that pisses me off.
You're killing me.
And don't worry, I haven't done anything to your taco truck.
You leave my trucks alone.
Careful, maybe Amadeus might play that music video again.
No, not doing that. But you need to you need to focus on Omega, not on Vacant taco trucks. But
tacos.
Any final words? Knowing that Bruiser Omega may or may not listen to this program, any final thoughts to say to him?
No, I'm just gonna keep my statements out to myself until Monday when I get him in the ring face to face one more time before Immortal.
All right. Well, I wish you the best of luck at Immortal 12. And again, if we don't talk to you next week,
Thank you.
good luck at Immortal 12. That was the Celtic Nightmare, the Soul Reaper. And now, Bacon, I don't know if it's such a good idea to just try to discourage him from doing these call outs. I mean, you have to admit, the man is entertaining, if nothing else.
I mean, yes, but that's not how you get ahead in this company. You get ahead by beating the people that get you rankings.
All right, next up, ladies and gentlemen, she challenges the Immortal Griffith for the Fubar City Championship. Her best friend and tag team partner, in her way to achieving the Fubar City Championship for a third time. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
In the town where the shadows breathe, there's a name you won't ever speak. Molly Malone, she walked alone, her footsteps echo cold as stone. They said she cursed the midnight air with a heart too broken to repair. A wrong soul left in the dust, now they whisper that's what she gets for trust. She was the ghost they couldn't save, a restless heart, a silent grave. Every word was a fleeting dream, every prayer a twisted scream.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first class lass, she is Maeve O'Hare. Hola, Maeve.
Good evening, Bossman. Good evening, Vacant.
Oh, hi.
I hope that I hope you know that you told your parents how much I enjoyed the visit with them over St. Patrick's holiday. How was your St. Patrick's Day as a whole?
Oh, it was lovely. It was wonderful to be home, to have a little extra time with my family. It was wonderful to have both of you visiting. Some other folks from the company stopped by. It was a good time. And my dad says, Vacant in particular, if you ever get tired of working for this one, he's got a job waiting for you.
I'm sure he does.
Can I bring you taco trucks?
If you can get them onto the streets proper, sure.
Say,
Maeve, we are 8 nights away from Immortal 12, possibly the biggest challenge of your career, facing your friend, your mentor, your tag team partner for the Fubar City Championship in the grandest stage of them all, Immortal. How are you feeling about this at this point?
It's overwhelming. I mean, it's Immortal, which is always a big deal. It's a title match, which is a big deal. It's against English, which is a big deal. And then I've got this very complicated situation of if anyone's in this company knows how to beat me, it's that one right there. But I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. I always enjoy being in Vegas. And I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna do what I do best. English is gonna do what he does best, and we'll see what happens. And as I said the other night, you never know. Maybe I've picked up something that he didn't teach me that'll surprise him.
All right, and now the most important question.
Saints nervous, right? What is it?
And I know El Vacant is also wanting to know this. What are you wearing for the match?
I know where this is going.
What are you wearing for the match?
Inquiring minds and all that.
Maybe I'll just keep it low key and just wear my normal ring gear.
Boo!
I wanted to see how upset we're going to make Vacant to hear that. No, I'm not doing that. It's still going to be a bit of a surprise, but I will tell you that I've selected a color. It's predictably perhaps going to be green.
I am shocked.
I know, I never wear green. But it's my understanding that a lot of the casino games do either red or green, and I look a fright in red, so we're gonna go with green instead.
I like green. Green's a great color, especially matches your eyes.
Just a second, Bossman. I would like to know what more corkra means by implying that I don't take myself seriously as a wrestler.
Uh-oh.
Because do you think that I don't take myself seriously as a wrestler, Bossman?
I know you take yourself seriously as a wrestler. I have a feeling he's trying to troll you.
He's channeling his brother.
I was
Could
gonna
be.
say it's bad enough that there's one of them that does that. We don't need two of them doing it.
I have that feeling that he's trying to troll you. So, but
There's a joke in there about trolling for fish, but I'll leave it alone.
So, well, he's not in the studio as of yet. He will be in a bit later in the program. Anything you'd like to say to Griffith going into this match now that it's just 8 nights away?
I mean, there's a lot I'd like to say to English. I don't know if you can broadcast all of it. But no, as far as our match goes, I'm not gonna do him the disservice of either asking him to take it easy on me or demanding that he take the match seriously, because I know how he is with his title matches. I know how he is facing me. I'm sure that there is a lot of scuttlebutt in the locker room and elsewhere. That I have some sort of special advantage because he's not going to be as hard on me as he would be on someone else. And to that,
No comment.
To that, I say I would like to know where they get their information from, because I assure you that there is no one in this industry that's as hard on me as English is.
Still no comment.
Whatever are you implying?
I'm implying nothing.
Mm-hmm. Your eyes are looking awful shifty behind that mask.
Never.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't look anything like Shifty.
Well, no, for one thing.
I mean, it kind of the same
For one
height.
thing, his hair's all one color. And for another, he's got a little more fashion sense.
And my pecs are just far better. Look at it.
I can't say that I ever got a good look at Shifty Lad's pecs, so I'll take your word for it. But no, in seriousness, I'm just going to say that I'm looking forward to facing who is, in my opinion, the greatest wrestler in this industry at his pay-per-view. And I hope that I acquit myself nobly.
All right. Well, that match will happen 8 nights away, as will the Zanthur the Platinum Dragon Memorial Tournament. And I know you look forward to that every year as well, Maeve. The field this year though it's going to be quite tough. Right now we have almost 110 wrestlers signed up for the Zanthur.
Who do I have to have a quiet word with to make sure that English has to face Sassy before I have to face him?
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. That was aimed to hurt. That was damn.
What? I didn't get to this far in this business by being stupid.
I mean, that's true.
Work smart or not hard.
I don't know. Actively trying to annoy Griffith might in fact be stupid.
Oh, but I love it when he's mean. You know that.
To you?
Mind your business.
Again, going back to no.
You're right.
This is why people think the things they think, just so you know.
People think all sorts of strange things. You know, I heard, actually, the strangest rumor I've ever heard in my life. So there's all this chat in the locker room and out in the green.
I'm actually a 4'9", 4'9" Irish wrestler.
That's one of those what if universe things.
Okay.
No, do you know who I heard my name linked with that isn't English? And
No.
isn't anybody from Black Irish? I'm going to take away all the easy possibilities.
Paragon?
No, I haven't. I've never heard that one. That's an interesting one.
DW.
No, but you're getting closer in that it's a blonde.
Eva. I mean, that would actually just sort of make sense.
That one I've heard. That one don't bother me. No, I heard it from someone who was told that I was shacking up with the threshing machine.
Okay,
Right? That
wow.
was my reaction.
I don't think the Swedish bikini team would be down with that.
I'm not trying to get in between him and his Swedish bikini team. As I told this poor, unfortunate, misguided person, I don't date Americans and I don't date blondes. So
Hey. Oh.
Is there something you need to tell me, boss man?
No. Just I heard American and I heard blonde. It's like, yeah. At any rate,
Were you queuing up? Is there if we need to talk about this privately, like, you know where to find me.
At any rate, let's talk about the Hall of Fame announcements next week.
Let's talk about the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
I do purely love the Hall of Fame.
Yes. You've been, what, in 2 years now, or is it 3?
2.
You've been up
2. It was 2023 that it went in.
That's what I thought. So, you were certainly deserving, but I want to know who you think. Just one name. Give me one name who you think is deserving of the RAWF Hall of Fame.
I have to say that I think that Redneck made some good points. So I'm going to say that I agree with him that Starry ought to be in there.
All right. That's a good one. That's certainly a good one. That name has definitely been thrown out there by several people. So, yeah, I agree. Elvik, anything you'd like to ask the lovely Maeve?
All right, so people think you're shacking up with your tag partner. People think you're shacking up with Eva. People think you're shacking up with Mithras. I'm a little offended. I mean, we've got this will they, won't they thing going on week in and week out, and no one's like, hey, she's, riding, Mexican Mountain over there. Like, come on.
Mexican Mountain.
I mean, I have other nicknames. I was using the cleanest one I could for radio.
Is that like Space Mountain?
Just with a little more,
I've heard that
heat.
you can ride Mexican Mountain all night long if you're 18 years old or older.
See? El Fuego.
No.
No, I am sure that there are folks who would put out all sorts of scurrilous rumors about yourself and me, and I could go far and do much worse.
All right. Well, Maeve, thank you for your time.
I'm going to point out I am neither blonde or American. I'm just saying.
This is true. Those are both points in your favor. One thing you didn't ask me about, Bossman, that I wanted to make sure I addressed because she's right here in the audience. I'm facing DW tomorrow.
That's true. It is DW versus Maeve O'Hare. And it's not tomorrow, it's Monday.
Whatever. You know what I mean.
Next. Facing her next.
I'm super sorry. I don't like it on a Monday. It don't seem right. I understand why. And I'm not expecting you to change your plans. It feels wrong. Ugh. It's like when you're washing dishes and you reach into the pan and there's like food down there. Ugh. Anyway, I just wanted to wish DW the best. I always have good matches with her. So I wanted to be sure that I minded my manners. And wished her the best of luck.
All right. And I'm sure DW wishes you luck as well. So I appreciate your time, Maeve, and we'll see you probably again next week before.
Of course you will. I'm like a bad penny. You can't get rid of me.
Well, I wasn't wanting to get rid of you ever, but all right. Thank you very much, and good luck against DW on Monday. Monday.
Good night, boss man. Good night, vacant.
Hasta la bye-bye.
All right, and in response and in answer to DW's question, there is a Hall of Fame committee that decides who goes into the Hall of Fame every year. But we do take into account the people that post in the suggestion scene. If you haven't, I believe DW posted
I
in there,
thought she
but
did.
so we take all of that into account before we make our official decision. And yes, I am a member of the Hall of Fame committee.
I am not. It is not too late. I'm just going to point out, other people pointed out that records don't matter for this sort of thing. It was not too late to go in and, maybe recommend everybody's favorite color commentator. Just saying.
Dan the Man Levitan?
Yes, that's who I mean.
All right, next up, they've got a busy night at Immortal, Defense of the Multimedia Championship, plus this Panda on a Pole match, or what was that again?
Bunny Pinata on a pole.
Bunny Pinata on a pole match against the returning Jobu. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, Extreme Enigma joining us now on After Hours. Enigma, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. You kept me waiting long enough. I had to walk back up to my hotel room. You really saved the best for last, don't you?
Well, no.
Pretty sure there's at least one other call, so you're probably right.
There is one other person we have to talk to after you, at least one. So, at any rate, Enigma, first of all, talk to me about this whole bunny on a pole thing that Jobu has challenged you to and that you have incredulously accepted.
It's a match, all right. Not the match I expected to see him do first time back. I mean, did anybody expect that?
Well, I mean, apparently he's been itching to do this for a while now. It was just waiting for an opportunity to get back into RAWF to pull the trigger. But yeah, what do you make of this whole thing? What do you make of Jobu's challenge, and why did you accept?
Well, it's kind of a double-edged sword, and hope you're ready for a lot of King, Knight, whatever comparisons, because they're there. Think about Jobu's career in RAWF. We've seen him as just, a guy. We've seen him as the Wabbit. He's the man about showmanship. Is that a word that comes to mind when you think of this match?
Sure.
Yeah, let's go with that.
We'll go with that.
And that right there is the reaction he wants to get out of this. I know him. I've tagged with him. I've won some belts with him. He's about getting reactions, whether they be for good, middling reception, or bad. It's going to be a good match. He's a multi-time world champion. I'd like to think I can bring a good level of heat to this match myself. I think it's the start of something great.
Has he ever had a belt in the RAWF?
Oddly enough, multimedia title, a few champions back. I believe it was Tiggs, Taker, Sheik, Wabbit.
He's actually held a couple of titles, has Jobu, in under the guise of the Karate Bunny. We're not breaking kayfabe there, are we, Enigma?
Kayfabe's dead and we killed it with a baseball bat.
All right. So yes, Jobu has held several championships in RAWF. Elwagen.
Okay. Shows you how memorable it was.
That's a funny thing to note, though, because if you put his accomplishments in this company up against my accomplishments, you can almost say this is one of the companies, if maybe the only company, I kind of got an edge over him, at the very least in the stats department.
I mean, we find out in 8 short days if indeed you can fend Jobu off in whatever this. Yeah, this is something. But we will see Jobu returning at Immortal 12 in this bunny on a pole bunny pinata on a pole match. Is there going to be candy in this pinata, or is there going to be something else?
You know, that's a good question. I got his email about the stipulations. I got his email about the stuff he's making me fucking buy with my 6-man title win winnings to get the fucking supplies, but I don't even know what's actually in it. He just said get the pinata. Fuck, I'm putting star fuel in that thing. Fuck you.
All right, and then
random people in the audience are going to end up swole.
Oh gosh. At any rate, and then also at Immortal 12, defending the Multimedia Championship against Billy Gunn. Just a couple weeks ago, you successfully defended that title against Ken Casa. You now turn around and have to defend it at Immortal 12. Talk to me about Billy Gunn.
Now that's the one I really want to talk about. You know, Jobu's a friend. I can talk shit and have fun about him, but Billy, this title, this match, the journey, everything, it's a much sweeter situation. It's a situation that has, you know, I've harped about it. This title, you all know what it means to me by now. And if you don't know what it means to me, read up on some history. Because that's what I did on the prelude to getting the spell, and that's what I've been doing ever since, is reading up on history and looking how to make my own. Whether it's outdoing previous champions that couldn't talk their way out of a plastic fucking bag, or just seeing how to make this belt more interesting. I've been going on a world tour with this thing. NMW, LCW, 5-Star Pro Wrestling, you name an indie, I'm showing why RAWF is the best fucking company, and why I'm the best fucking champion. Because I'm bringing this belt wherever I go. Billy, we've been tag partners. We fought a couple times, you know, traded some wins, traded some losses. You haven't fought me anywhere since I got this belt. You have no idea what kind of wrestler I am now. You can say, oh, but you just won a single title in Enigma. How does that change you? When you get to the top of a mountain, what do? You look up. What do you see? You see clouds. That is where the fucking dreams are. I'm always looking to make more dreams come true. And my dream is to walk into Immortal and have a nice little special entrance, defend this belt, and keep being champion past Immortal.
All right. Any questions for Enigma over here?
No, but I may have reevaluated my pick. They may have convinced me.
We find out. I know they had. I've known they had passion for this multimedia championship, and this is actually the perfect title for Enigma. There's no doubt about it. But I also know Billy Gunn, very hungry individual. We will see what happens. Enigma, any final thoughts?
Just a quick one that might not even be quick, because I love the sound of my own fucking voice. I don't care if you're Chris Cage doubting me. I don't care if you're Billy trying to take this thing away from me. To a certain degree, RA, you're my brother, but I'm even putting aside the praise I'm getting from people. Because I don't want to get too full ahead. All that matters, all I'm listening to, is my own fucking heart here. I'm not some hero in a mask. I'm not some guy popping out of an aquarium to high-five kids. I'm the extreme fucking Enigma. I'm the bastard. I'm the multimedia champion. And I'm walking out of Immortal better than I've ever fucking been. Just wait for this press conference before the pay-per-view. I'll see you next time.
All right, Extreme Enigma sounds ready for Immortal 12, El Vacant. Any quick thoughts before we go to our final caller?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, next up, he is in 3 title matches at Immortal 12. The pay-per-view he believes is aptly named after him. It's going to be a big one for him. Let's hear from...
Yoo-hoo! I'll make you famous.
The shadow of the moonlight, a figure stands alone, a warrior born. Through the ages, through the pain, his name etched in blood, forever torn. The Lion of London, he roars in the night. No mercy, no weakness, no end in sight. The inevitable rise, the tempest unleash. All shall fall when the Kraken's released. Through fire and blood, his hands are stained. He stands alone, with none to restrain. Unstoppable force, a wrath untamed. No kingdom or god can withstand his name. Griffins are beyond the immortal one. Eternal champion, his war's never done. Hunter of monsters, a faction of one. In a world that's broken, he stands with none. The tempest rages, his head held high. An immortal legend that will never die. Through centuries of violence, his name never fades. He fights through the ages, his will never sways.
I am immortal.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is the Immortal Griffith, the reigning men's champion, the reigning Fubar City champion, and hopes to be the next Hatfield and McCoy champion. Good evening, Griffith.
Oh, let's get it right out of the gate. I don't hope anything. I will be your next Hatfield and McCoy champion when I take that belt off the hands of Christopher Cage.
We don't know that it'll be Christopher Cage, but is that
Don't
your...
we, though? Don't we?
All right, let's say it is. So that means the 3 opponents you face at Immortal would be Chris Cage, Blake Bradley, and Maeve. Who's the most dangerous of those 3?
Oh, Maeve, hands down.
Is that an unbiased opinion?
No. Yes, it is an unbiased opinion that I'm saying the person I put my blood, sweat, and tears into training to become one of the best in the business, to be the other half of the single best tag team in the world. You know, it's not biased at all. Why would I be biased?
Fair enough. But let's say, again, assuming that it's Chris Cage who comes into Immortal as the Hatfield McCoy champion, I mean, the 2 of you have had some pretty good battles over the last year, and he's come out on top of once or twice.
Yes, and then I took the world title from him, and he fell apart, and then he fell in with this elevator society music, whatever they're called. He fell in with them, and what has his career become ever since? A sad running joke where the person in charge of his new little family manipulated him into giving him his title so that he could hopefully earn himself a shot at the big belt. And it didn't even work. That's the worst part. It didn't work. So it was a waste. So what we're going to see tomorrow is them, quote unquote, making it right and then handing the belt back to him. And then I get to face Chris. But I get to face Chris as a man who hasn't had to actually fight for his title in ages, because it's all been pre-planned by a bunch of wannabe Machiavellis in the locker room thinking that they're cleverer than everyone else. Well, let me tell you all, Elise, I see through you, because there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you will ever try to do that I haven't done 1,000 times. There is nothing you can bring to the table that I will not see coming and call you out for. So tomorrow night, you go and make this big show about how it's, this hard-fought fight. And do a better job than you did last time, because it was blatantly obvious to everyone who watched it what you were doing. I am not impressed, and neither was anybody else. I had respect for Chris until he did that. So when he gets his belt back, like we all know he will, he'll walk into Immortal, and he will face an Immortal he has not faced since I took the world title from him. And if you thought the beating I gave him then was bad, wait till you see what I do to the man I no longer respect.
And then, of course, you'll be defending the men's championship against Blake F. and Bradley, the other equation in the other person in that equation. And no love lost between you and Blake. We know this. So
you think it's going to be bad for what I do to the person I no longer respect? What do you think I'm going to do to the person I've never respected?
Well, you're definitely going to be fired up for those two matches. But let's talk about the Fubar City Championship going against Maeve O'Hare. You heard what she had to say earlier. What do you say in response?
I think she's right. I think Elvakin is right. I think what a lot of people have been saying is right. I've been in here. I've already said, look, I've taught her everything she knows, but not everything I know. And I've said all of the classic ha-ha funny lines about it when, the teacher has to face the student. But remember, not only am I a student of history, I am history. And I know full well that the classic story is that eventually the student surpasses the master. Don't think I'm going to take this match lightly. It is absolutely my hardest match of the night. It is absolutely the title that is most at jeopardy. And I will, well, let's just say Maeve was right in that she knows damn well from matches we've had in other places, I will not go easy on her. I will do everything in my power to keep this title. And in a Fubar City match, that is a hell of a lot, as you well know, LA.
Indeed. Immortal 12, just 8 nights away. Sounds like you're fired up for all of those matches. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. Big night for you. Talk about this Zanthur, the Platinum Dragon Memorial Tournament, the 12th annual coming up. And you, of course, as well as over 100 more other competitors, a part of this tournament. Your thoughts now that that's only 8 nights away.
My thoughts is I'd like to get past the third fucking round, because I don't seem to do that. I'm gonna, thanks for May for pointing out that a certain person has taken me out 2 years in a row. Not gonna name any names, Sassy Applebee's. But it's not a sore wound at all. But apparently I might have a chance here because I'm told that apparently, the greatest world champion we've ever seen has also entered. So Paragon, I need you to do me a solid. And I need you to make sure you pull Sassy before I do and you take her out. Because if he does that, then I'm smooth sailing. I win the tournament, apparently. Because, the only person who takes me out of this tournament is Sassy.
All right. And a quick thoughts about the Hall of Fame coming up. It's going to be a big night. We're going to announce the RAWF Hall of Fame in 8 nights this year's class. Any names that pop out? Name one name that pops out to you.
Oh, there is absolutely an obvious shoe-in first round draft into the Hall of Fame. There's no questions asked. And anything other than that is clearly a miscarriage of justice.
No, you're not going in for a 4th time.
What? The Godslayers are clearly the best tag team in the history of the world.
No, not gonna happen.
What do you mean no?
You won the titles once in RAWF
and held him for like 875 days. Okay, that's not even vaguely close, but
that's not even close. Maybe minutes, but not days now.
But jokes aside, because eventually I would like to see that happen. As you may or may not have been informed, a certain tag team, the greatest tag team in the world, has in fact rejoined the competition.
I've indeed heard that. I heard that this season of tags coming up is going to be pretty rough. I have a feeling, but we shall see. That one's got. We'll talk about that. By the way, tag team signups are still in sign up, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want a team with somebody, get into RAWF tag team. I think you still got another few days to do so. But back to you, Griff. I mean, it's going to be an interesting day next week. Any final thoughts on anything we've talked about?
I'm going to do my best El Vacant impression here. Well, I mean, I'm rarely shy for an opinion, but I think I've spoken on all the things that were on my mind. No, but actually, joke aside, you did ask about the Hall of Fame. I have a person that I believe should go in, and I will say that from the scene, it seems like I am not alone in this. Believe it or not, the person I personally like, if it was up to me, who was going in, which I mean, frankly, it should be, but it's not. But it should be. It would be Hot Shot Chaz.
Oh, okay. That's a good name. Certainly one that has been bandied about in the suggestion scene by more than just you yourself. So yeah, definitely a consideration. And we shall see what happens next week. We find out 8 nights from tonight. All right. Thank you, Griffith, for your time. We'll talk to you again hopefully next week, right before Immortal 12. El Vacant, did you have anything you wanted to ask the Immortal one?
Yeah, everyone's been asking, like, you smack her ass every week. Like, what's up with that shit? I don't know what you're talking about. When have I ever smacked anyone's ass? What are you talking about? Boss, back me up here. You've seen it.
All right, Griff, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. And we will talk to you again next week. All right, El Vacant.
Yes, see?
I think we're going to call it a night here. Before we do, we're going to play back that Immortal video made by the Paragon of Greatness one last time. But any final thoughts on one of the craziest weeks in Unstoppable history and what could be upcoming another crazy week?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So which one of us is going to go try and find Randy and pull away from the tables? Because he didn't listen.
Yeah, you're right. I need to go find him now because he's probably next thing I know, he's been asking for an advance for the rest of his salary. So, yeah, you have a point. Let's get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. This has been RAWF After Hours on the RAWF Radio Network. Enjoy this video, and we are outie. Good night, everybody.
Hasta bye.
Thank you.